everyone. Welcome to our little corner of the internet called the Mustache and The Beard.com. Two great geeks changing the world, one post at a time. My name is Louis Matos, otherwise known as the Mustache, co-conspirator and co-contributor here at the Mustache and The Beard.com. This is our Red Capers video number 6, where we talk about geek culture, genre entertainment, and all the little things in between that make life worth living. Joining me today, as always, is my buddy.
Hi, I'm Junior Figueroa, aka The Beard, coming to you live from Puerto Rico, where the women are hotter, the beaches are wetter, and the martinis are drier. Booyah!
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 Really good, nice and loud.
Yeah, I've been told that I've been talking too low.
Yeah, whispering,
and that people are having trouble hearing me. So they even put a sign over there saying that for me to please speak up. So I'm trying to talk a little bit louder.
Good.
For all you out there, so you can hear me. My pearls of wisdom.
Yes, because what you say is very important. It should be, we should be able to hear you. But thank you for, breaking the fourth wall. All right. So, this is our Red Capers video number 6. This is our recap of last week. We started Sunday last week was Red Capers number 5.
Right.
Fun discussion about Marvel in the 1960s and your post on the Fantastic Four, Year 1.
Right.
We had a discussion and, we decided, Stan Lee, you didn't know what he was doing. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's just he needed somebody to, just like everybody, every now and then, if I wouldn't have him as a sounding board, all of my horrible ideas you'd hear. But, every now and then he says, you know what? No, that's not a good idea. So we all need that.
And then, of course, all of my ideas
are pearls of wisdom.
No, they're terrible ideas. So. If you left it up to me, I'd be out here selling tequila.
Okay. All right. Now we're not going to be able to see your beautiful face because of the please speak up. But anyway, we talked about your another beard.
It won't stay.
Okay.
Oh, he's lost it. He's lost it completely.
Oh, well, they're only so good as, as they're used. Anyway, so then we had...
They're a lot like condoms.
And he meant that in the most godly and
innocent,
loving way. All right. Right, that's what I get for asking you to speak up, right? All right. Then we talked about your Wednesday post. Monday post was the Fantastic Four. The Wednesday post was the Scarlet Claw, which, we both enjoyed a great deal.
Yeah. I enjoyed watching the movie again. I enjoyed talking about it, and I enjoyed
sharing that.
Sharing that with you in that post.
Yes, Sherlock Holmes. It was a good idea. Then we talked about my Friday post, which was Star Wars book called Phasma. Which, Delilah Dawson wrote that book. I failed to communicate that while we were talking. It's on the post, but, it's a good idea to,
give credit where credit is due.
Listen, she is a hardworking writer, and it was absolutely astounding what she did with this novel. So, really loved it. So, just keep putting it out there. That 4.5 Great Geeks. All right, let's now go over last week's posts. Last week, your Monday post was on The Witcher, which was a preview instead of a review. It was a preview of what you anticipate to be a really good series on Netflix. Why don't you tell us about that?
Yes, it's a really good series on Netflix. It's called The Witcher. It stars Henry Cavill. It's a It's a fantasy series. It's based on a Polish book series. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce the author's name because it's in Polish. And
Or it's in Polish.
It's in Polish, and after a few tequilas, I can barely speak English. Okay, so but it looks really the book series is very successful, and it has comic books, it has
Video
games. It's been made into a Polish movie and a Polish TV series, and now it's an American series. So, and it's Henry Cavill. Come on.
And he looks good in the white hair.
Yeah,
in the white wig.
He does. It looks good. It looks very stylish. It looks like no expense has been spared. So I'm looking forward. To this series. It premieres December 20th. So I'm looking forward to binge watching it. It's Netflix, which means that the entire season comes out at the same time.
December 20th.
December 20th. So you can binge watch. This is why God invented Netflix. Was for us to binge watch.
God invented it.
God invented because little known fact, God binge watches. He binge watches everything. Everything. So
it says that in the Bible in
yes,
Jeremiah chapter 3.
That's right. Right underneath, thou shalt not kill. Thou must binge watch. It's the 11th commandment.
Okay. And the video game series. Now I'm paying the price for putting that, right? The video game was an Xbox video game. Xbox 360. I remember my kids playing it, and it was one of those hack and slash. Really, so I'm anticipating.
Yeah, fantasy,
Yeah, that sword and sorcery kind of thing. Yeah. It looks interesting. I didn't like the quips that were in the preview. I was like, oh, really? Come on. But we'll see. We'll see how good it is.
He didn't like the quips. I like the whips. Oh, yes. But he didn't like the quips.
All right. Moving on. Moving on to Wednesday of that week, we had our autopsy video number 3, where we talked about Lost in Space.
The TV show, we didn't actually get lost in space.
Yeah, we talked about the Netflix show. All 10 episodes, is it?
10 episodes.
10 episodes. And we really enjoyed it. I thought it was as near perfect as possible. With 5 Gray Geeks, and you gave it 4 Gray Geeks because you were upset that Dr. Smith doesn't pay the price.
The villain.
Yeah.
The villain gets away scot-free. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
That is my only complaint about the show, though. That is the only, I think everything, I agreed with everything else that Lewis said. The acting, the story, the characters, the plot.
The writing.
Everything. I agreed with my one complaint.
And that's not a spoiler. It's just the fact that this one particular character, we see an arc of growth with everybody except for Dr. Smith.
And she's the protagonist. She's the antagonist, and she never pays. So that irritated me.
Okay. And then on Friday, I had my post, and I had told you it was going to be a toss-up between. Well, it really wasn't that much of a toss-up. I talked about Chris Claremont's X-Men. The nostalgia goggles, I put them on. They fogged up. And you saw it, right? You watched it, and you... Yeah, so I gave it 4.5 Gray Geeks on the...
And I completely concur.
Uh-huh.
I completely concur.
Yeah.
And the only reason I would take away half a Gray Geek was because there was some persons shown in... It's a documentary. There are some people shown in the documentary who I personally can't stand. okay, and who I personally think life would be a lot better if they were taken out.
And again,
Okay.
we mean that in the most loving and God-fearing way.
Okay, so and just because this I'm not going to name. I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to say this person's name. Okay, so you don't have to worry. I'm not going to say Rob Liefeld. Okay, I'm not going to say Rob Liefeld. But that's
Mark Silvestri.
Mark
and
Silvestri.
And what was Jim Lee?
And Jim Lee.
And those are, as comic fans, yeah. Their artwork.
Jim Lee's artwork, first
Spot on.
rate, for spot on. Mark Silvestri, he's been good,
Yeah.
he's been bad. Rob Liefeld, I've left stuff in the toilet that looks better than his artwork.
Yeah,
okay?
women's waists are up here. You know, I mean, it's just anatomically incorrect. Yeah, let's not get on that because totally we'll just trash.
Anyway,
Rob
that's the only reason why I wouldn't give it a perfect, because they went and they interviewed that maniac.
These jerks, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we...
And I mean that with all affection.
Yeah. But yeah, okay. So we'll move it right along.
Mm-hmm.
Today we're posting Red Capers number 6.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. We're discussing our previous week's posts, and we're going to be also teasing the upcoming week's posts. Let's do that, and then we'll go back to all the we're going to do some shout outs and some talking about.
We're going to tease next week, folks.
Yes.
So I'm gonna be a tease. You're gonna turn me into a tease?
I heard that about you. All right, so Monday, because on Friday is TARDIS Day, and you're a Doctor Who fan, we decided to switch days so that your post could be a little more timely. So what I'm doing on
Was that a pun?
No, it wasn't.
Doctor Who?
No, Time
Lord.
No.
It'll be a little more timely. That was a pun.
It was a pun.
It
that
was
was
a pun.
unintentional.
No, but I liked it.
Good. I'm glad you liked it. Oh God. All right. So I am going to on Monday, and it might be a little late, depending on my time for writing it.
Yeah, because we just switched.
Yeah,
So
today.
he just found out today that he's got to do this.
All right. So the many faces of Jason Voorhees from the Friday the 13th franchise, and the many actors. So I'm going to be writing a piece on those actors and who is my favorite of those guys that played Jason. I'm not going to tell you who it was. You'll have to read it in order to know who's my favorite of those guys. All right. Then on Wednesday, we're going to do the autopsy video number 4 on the one that we mentioned that we were going to do, Pennyworth.
And no, it's not about it.
No, no pun there.
No pun there.
We'll be talking about 2 episodes. So it should be a shorter post unless we decide to wax poetic on things.
You know, that guy Junior, he can't keep his mouth shut.
He just can't. And then, his best friend is just always talking, prattling on and what have you. In fact, we were told that we kind of went over long on our Lost in Space video. Because
How long was that video?
It was over an hour. I think it was an hour and 10 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. But I wasn't going to artificially stop the conversation. Our conversation should be as organic as possible.
That's right. That's what I say. Our conversation should be as orgasmic as possible.
He's throwing it in my face that all week long I've been harassing him about how soft-spoken he has been. This is my punishment. All right. So Wednesday we're going to have our autopsy video. on these 2 episodes, and we're going to be talking about Pennyworth, the show, and what we love about Pennyworth, Alfred Pennyworth.
Yeah, this is a
The
show.
butler.
This is a show about the butler from Batman. Only it's just him, like he's like 29 years old. You know?
Yeah, really young.
Yeah, he's late 20s. So we're really getting the origin story of Alfred.
And Thomas Wayne is
Thomas
involved.
Wayne, Batman's father, how they meet, you know.
Really cool. Yeah. I know, we're always in sync. Well, almost always. I knew it was coming. All right. To celebrate TARDIS Day, The Beard will talk about Doctor Who. And so tell us what you have planned.
I was trying to come up with, I want to talk about Doctor Who. I love Doctor Who. One of my, it's up there. Top 5. So I decided that what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do a look at all the actors, at all the doctors. There's been 13. I'm going to take a look at all 13. What's good about them, what's bad about them, what their run was like. And if this, that was a big hint.
No.
Whoa, that was a big hint. Now, and if the article becomes overly long, then I may make it a 2-part or even 3 parts, depending upon,
or 5 parts,
or 5 parts, depending upon, because we are talking about 13 doctors. There's 13 doctors, and I want to take a look at each one of them. So I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't know how much.
Yeah, he hasn't written it yet.
I haven't written it yet.
We were just discussing it today in our meeting.
My idea. So, however, I don't want to hit you with multiple pages of for you to wade through in one sitting. So I would rather break it up. I don't know how I'm going to break it up, but I would rather break it up. So
and
maybe,
in the most interesting way possible. Which,
maybe 2 parts, or maybe
for
3
Doctor Who
parts,
fans
maybe 5
and for
parts.
those who aren't.
Yeah, but that's what I want to do. That's what I want.
Awesome. So now we'll go to shout-outs, because we've already talked about... and then, of course, on Sunday it'll be Red Capers number 7. So we're moving right along.
There was some...
Yeah. No, we're getting there.
Okay,
so do the shout-outs first. So you have a shout-out.
I do?
Yeah.
Who do I want to shout out?
Oh, Aviva.
Oh, I want to shout out Aviva Bumgarner, my niece. Yay! Yes, been supportive of us, supportive of our blog, supportive of us on Facebook. She voted in the poll, right?
Mm-hmm.
She voted in the poll, and she when I posted the trailer for The Mandalorian, she commented on it. Mm-hmm. Baby, you're the greatest.
Woo! Aviva! Woo! What's up? All right, so, and then we have another shout out. This one, I'm not sure who the person is, but I know that he knows my sister and my niece, and he's one of the 5 people that on Facebook, on our Facebook page, has put a review. So he posted a review for the Mustache and the Beard, and even though it's in Spanish, I'm gonna shout out.
Perfectly okay.
Sergio Garcia.
Sergio.
What's up, Sergio?
Keep on.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
More.
Yes. Thank you very much for posting a review, and you put it on the page, and we've gotten 5 out of 5 great, posts. I mean, got 5 reviews.
And he's always reacting to things that we post and hitting that like button. So shout out, Sergio.
Yes.
Woohoo!
We also want to continue to, even though we're not getting any residuals from doing this, we do want to recognize some of our sister sites that we frequent on a regular basis.
Absolutely. And it's for your benefit.
Yes.
We recommend these sites.
Yes. So, read Comic Online.
.to.
Hundreds of thousands of free comics. Whatever you want to read, whatever is your bag. If you want war comics, you want horror comics.
They got it.
You know, Marvel, DC.
Indies, Dark Horse.
New stuff.
Old stuff.
Unbelievable.
1930s comics, 1940s comics.
Yes. So we really love this site because, you know, we may never have to purchase a comic book again. Not that would be
comiconline.to.
Yeah. Not that would be a bad thing to buy a comic, but you know, they're $4 each nowadays. You know, I remember when we used to buy them for 15 cents.
10.
Okay, well there you go. You're older than me.
10.
Okay. Then the Pottermore.com website. It's a Harry Potter website. Like I said, it's by J.K. Rowling, so she's controlling the stuff. I mean, I'm sure she has people that are, you know, talking heads and people that help her out and stuff like that. But it's her concept, you know. So really appreciate
more power to her.
Yeah. And then you wanted to talk about the Spy Command.
Spy Command. The blog is about secret. Everything secret. It's a little top heavy with James Bond, but let's face it. I mean, when you say secret agent, what do you think of? James Bond. But they have done articles on Nick Fury. They've done articles on The Man from U.N.C.L.E. They've done, you know, posts, I should say. They've done posts on The Man from U.N.C.L.E. They've done posts on Nick Fury. They've done. They're privy to inside information. You will get the stuff before anyone. I highly recommend it. If you're like me and you're into secret agent stuff, it's called the Spy Command.
Okay. Wow. I was thinking today was going to be short and quick, but we have one big piece of news that when we were talking at our meeting, you know, during the course of the week, we were talking about big news, and we've named it. It is together. Disastuary.
Disastuary.
Yes. So in January, the entire month of January, we've decided that Disastuary is coming. So we went and we made an exhaustive search.
Yes, exhaustive.
I don't know if you want to look at these and mention some of these.
Well, I would remember that.
Oh, that's always a problem, right? So we decided to go and do as much research as possible.
Oh my God, that's what I look like?
Now you know what we all have to contend with.
Wait, hold on, let me fix one here. Okay.
All right, so we decided that we were first going to, because they had a huge inventory of all these movies that they were counting as disaster movies, and some of them we were like, that's not a disaster movie. All right, so we decided to define what a disaster movie for us was going to be. Mm-hmm. All right, so it is a cataclysmic event or series of events that change things. So we're not going to talk about alien invasions because they had a list of alien invasion movies. And we were like, no, but see, we want like disaster that could happen. Highly probable, not that, you know, that they all happen like organically. However, we wanted
to... Right, because it could be, the disaster could be man-made.
Correct.
I mean, it doesn't have to be That it's not necessarily, not the weather or something, but simply that there is a cataclysmic event. It could be a series of events leading to this cataclysmic event, or it could be a cataclysmic event that changes things, that has an impact. It has an impact. And an impact on the lives of the various characters that we're presented in the movie.
Yeah, and it could be contained to one geological location, but we weren't gonna be like, if 5 people are in an airplane and it crashes, it's like, it's a disaster to them,
for them,
and to their families, but it's not like
I wouldn't call it a disaster movie.
Yeah, it doesn't change things. So this is why we decided to define it, because there were just way too many. And
on the other hand, a movie like Armageddon or Deep Impact, right? That is a disaster movie.
Yeah. So we're going to do The Day the Earth Moved, which is the first one that we found.
Right.
In all of the research that we did, The Day the Earth Moved is in 1961 Irwin Allen movie.
Right. Now, we're not saying that this is the first disaster movie ever, but we're saying this is the first one that we could find. It's 1961, and so we're gonna start with this one as
and it won't be a post a day. It'll be our natural posts, but we'll be talking about these movies, some of them together and others, one at a time. The Day After, of course, is a one that we talked about.
Dante's Peak.
Yeah.
Volcano. Towering Inferno.
Of course, the Towering Inferno. How could we forget? I mean, how could we not do that?
Twister, one of my favorites. I mean, not only is it one of my favorite disaster movies, it's one of my favorite movies. San Andreas. World War Z. Train to Busan.
Zombie outbreaks, even though that, highly improbable, but you know what? They're still a disaster if the event occurs.
2012, which I love that movie. 2012. Aftershock. This is what happened to me on my honeymoon.
That's a good movie. Eli Roth. I mean, it's not a great movie, but we'll talk about it.
Only the Brave, which is what happened to me before my honeymoon. The Core. Oh, God, I love that.
Yeah, that's a more current one.
I love that movie. Airport, yeah! Airport. We're talking about the original. But we were also discussing that we may, just for the fun of it, see every airport movie.
Yeah, there are a lot of them.
Every airport movie back to back.
There are like 5 or 6.
Armageddon, Deep Impact, I had said that already. Pandora, The Wave, Deepwater Horizon, Super Volcano, because, volcano isn't enough. You need a super volcano. So they took the volcano from Volcano and they put a red cape on it and an S. The Impossible, How It Ends, which is what I want to know. How does it end? Bird Box, which is they put a bunch of girls inside of...
These are ones that we're anticipating doing, may not... There's so many of them, we may not get to all of them.
Spectral, we actually saw this movie
last week.
Good movie. Geostorm, yes! Geostorm.
The Swarm.
Yes.
It was the Bees movie. Maybe the Sharknadoes.
Yeah, we'll think about doing that too. I've never seen Sharknado. I've never seen any of the Sharknado movies. And
they're campy and funny, silly, stupid, but what?
I never wanted to watch it, but with Lewis, I will watch it. Because I never wanted to watch it by myself. But with him, I would watch. So we're thinking about not only doing the first one. Again, we're thinking of doing...
the whole...
have a marathon and do all the Sharknado movies at once.
Meteor, you said you wanted to see.
Oh,
that's one of your favorite movies.
That's one of my favorite movies. Sean Connery. I salute you, Sean. You the man. You the man. You the man. Okay.
The Hindenburg When Time Ran Out, Fire, Hurricane, City on Fire, The China Syndrome, Krakatoa, and Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea.
Yeah, I did that once. I stubbed my toe and I cracked the toe.
Cracked the toe.
I cracked the toe.
And The Day the Earth Caught Fire.
I got The Poseidon Adventure.
Definitely got to do that one.
Earthquake.
That's another one. Sense Around.
The Day After Tomorrow. Oh, the day. You cannot, if you ever lived in New York, you cannot go without ever seeing this movie. Contagion, Into the Storm, and Tidal Wave.
Awesome. Okay, so yeah, we made an exhaustive list, and yeah.
Now, we're not saying we're going to get to all these movies, because occasionally we have to go to the toilet. But we're going to get to as many of them as we can, and we're going to talk about them.
And if you think of one and you want to suggest it,
yes, please. Now, on that note, there's a person that we have to thank for the idea for this whole thing, and that was Noreen Santos.
Noreen, what's up?
Noreen, this is for you, babe. You gave us the idea about the disaster.
For a whole month.
For a whole month, we're doing disaster movies. Thanks to you.
But not another post a day, because that would kill us. All right. So yeah, we wanted to remind you that we still have that ongoing James Bond poll.
That's right.
For theme songs.
Right. Get your votes in.
Please get your votes in. We're doing it for the whole month, so you still have time. And December 1st will be the last day that you could vote. So get in early.
Who wins.
Yes, get it in early so that you could be sure that your vote is counted.
And if any of you have any ideas for another poll, please let us know.
You said that Jamie and Benji had a lot of Harry Potter movie stuff, but that gave us the idea of before Disastuary, maybe we'd watch some of the Harry Potter movies, right? Because we haven't seen them all.
Right.
I know I've seen a few of them, but I haven't seen them all. And oh my God, today I saw a picture of Ginny, the little redhead from the Harry Potter movies.
Oh yeah.
The daughter, the Weasley, Ginny Weasley.
Right.
I saw her today, and I was like, wow.
Really?
She's almost 30.
Damn.
She's 29, I think. And she is a knockout.
Wow.
She's a writer for script writer, screenwriter, and she's directing. I mean, this kid is like, holy cow, and she's gorgeous. Now, I wanted to say, D, I'm going to be working on the phobias thing next month. So, I have a reading.
We haven't forgotten.
Yeah, so I haven't forgotten. This is why I'm just reminding that we have this stuff pending. And we had told one of our great geeks, Alfredo Zapata, that we're going to do the bird's autopsy. Right. So that is on the horizon, as well as Benny. We're working on our next video for gaming. Our second video. So it's in the works.
We haven't forgotten that either.
That's why I'm just bringing it along so that everybody knows what you ask us to do. We're gonna do it. All right.
And keep asking. Keep asking.
Totally.
It's not like if we know what we're doing so we got any ideas or anything.
Yes.
Remember, always, at all times.
Remember, and don't forget. We thank you. We appreciate your attention and affection. Please keep commenting. Don't forget to press the like button. Tap the like button. Kiss the like button.
Massage that like button.
Yes. Yes, that's Twitter, our Twitter address, the website address, the Facebook page. We're not done. We're going to continue to grow not only those sites, but also amplify with Instagram, YouTube. Those are all things that are in the works. Keep with us. We appreciate your affection and attention. My name is Louis Matos.
I'm Junior Figueroa.
For the Mustache and The Beard.com. We say thank you and goodbye. See you later. Take it easy and
peace.